Welcome back to Margaritas in Paradise. Today we're doing another segment of Everybody Has a Story, and I'm fortunate enough to have Andy from London. Hello, Andy. Welcome.
Morning, Tom.
How you doing? And why don't we start out by you telling us a little bit about yourself, maybe a little bit of background information, something like that.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm retired.
All right.
Retired. Well, it'll be 10 years in January, so we're closing in on 10 years retired.
Yeah, good on you.
And I've done a number of jobs over the years.
Sure.
But my main occupation, two main occupations. One, I was a London underwriter and broker in Lloyd's of London.
Right.
I did that for 10 years or so, and then I got bored with it and joined the police.
Yeah.
And then I've retired from the police. Unfortunately, during those years, I managed to get divorced twice.
Uh-oh.
And the second one was they're very expensive things, the divorce.
Sure.
And I ended up losing, on the second one, lost my house, lost everything really.
Right.
And I only had about 5 years, just under 5 years to go before retiring.
Sure.
So I was faced with the choice: do I start all over again in the UK?
Right.
And I quickly worked out that with the financial situation that I would have to move to a different area if I was to remain.
Sure.
And that would mean moving probably to an area I don't know, or a part of the country I don't know. And then I decided, well, if I'm going to move somewhere I don't know, I may as well move a long way. Because I don't know that either.
Right.
And so I ended up here. But I'd never even been to Pattaya. I'd never even heard of it.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I went to the Philippines because I've been there on holiday before.
Right.
I've been to Boracay a couple of times, and I've been to Manila and Makati.
Sure.
I thought, well, I'll go there and have a wander around there. So I was there for a year and visited about a dozen different islands.
Sure.
Got nothing, not criticising the Philippines, but I got a little bit bored with it because if I went to El Nino in Palawan, or I went down to across to Cebu, or wherever I went, all the way down south to Mindanao, and every time I got off the plane or out of the coach or whatever I was travelling on, I'd look around and, it's the same.
Wow.
I was looking for something else.
Sure.
The only one that was different was Baguio, because it's up in the mountains.
Okay.
Nice and cool there. And my friend was living there in the Philippines.
Sure.
School friend.
Right.
And he said, fancy going on holiday to Boracay? So we did that, and then he said, fancy going to Pattaya? Where's that? No, I've never heard of it. So I always giggle to myself when they say the world famous walking street. And I think, not only had I not heard of the street, I'd not even heard of the city.
Sure.
The town. So we came here on holiday. Him and his girlfriend, and me and my girlfriend.
Sure.
And I thought, this is nice. This is better than where I've been travelling around
before.
Philippines.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
Yeah, so here's got everything I need.
Sure.
Everything and more. It's got more than I possibly ever would need.
Right.
And so, like yourself, I'm very close. My condo's next door.
Right.
Got a view of the sea. I'm 3 or 4 minutes walk to the beach. I don't go there anywhere near as much. I should go a lot more, but it's perfect here. So I ended up here.
Fantastic. So you just chose Pattaya from a friend's whim, basically.
Yeah, I'd been to Bangkok, and I travelled up to that point before I left the UK.
Right.
I travelled I've been to Macau, and I've been to Hong Kong, and I've been to China and Japan and Philippines, and the only time I'd been here was Bangkok, just for a few days, just to check it out. And I've travelled quite extensively around Southeast Asia.
Right.
So I just picked, well, if I'm going to go somewhere, I'll go somewhere I know and somewhere that's cheap.
Sure.
Because I'm on a limited, I've got a fixed income of a pension.
Right.
Which is fabulous here. I live very well.
Right.
But if I was still in the UK, by the time I'd paid all my bills, I'd have hardly anything left.
So that's a good point that you bring up. I mean, most of us are here retired, and I'm not a rich guy, but I'm not a poor guy. I'm just kind of right in the middle type of thing. But I live on a budget, and that type of stuff. Do you have to live on a budget, or how's that work for you as far as cost of living's concerned? You have any recommendations? Anybody that's thinking about coming over here, what they should plan on? Or
I'm not rich. I've never been rich.
Yeah.
But I'm not poor either.
Right.
My income is 10 times more than the average Thai that I meet.
Sure.
So in their eyes, perhaps I appear
You're
to be rich.
Yeah.
But you live to your means, don't you? But I don't live beyond my means. I save money every month.
Yeah, good.
I still like to travel. And I like going on cruise ships.
Right. Yeah, you just got back, right?
Yeah, I just got back from Tokyo to Singapore, but via Hong Kong and Vietnam.
Right. Yeah, I followed you on Facebook. So
yeah, it's very good. But I've got to put money away for that. I'm not well enough that I just go and buy it.
Sure.
So this next year, I'm going to travel more domestically.
Okay, good.
And I'm looking at the next one would be Koh Chang.
Okay. Yeah.
Just drive down to the ferry. I've got a car and I've got a motorbike here.
Okay.
So I drive down to the ferry. I couldn't believe it when I looked at the price.
Very reasonable, huh?
80 baht
Right.
for the passenger to get on the ferry each way,
Sure.
and 220 baht for the car.
Right.
It's like £8 or something.
Sure.
£7 to take the car across.
Yeah, people don't understand. I did a video the other day on massage, and it was 120 baht an hour for a foot massage or a Thai massage, which equals like $3.50 US. And I don't know what it'd be in pounds.
I have no idea. I've never had a massage here.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Never.
Wow.
I was in Hong Kong, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
And when I was still married,
Sure.
and my wife wanted to get a massage and made me get one. And it hurt so much.
Oh.
I thought, I'm never doing that again. So I've never had a massage here.
I get one almost every day. Almost. I'd say 3 or 4 times a week minimum.
No. Well, they say you don't miss what you've never had. And I've never had a massage here.
Okay.
In the Philippines, everywhere you go, massage, same as here.
Right.
And no, thank you. I'm not paying you to hurt me.
Yeah, I get it. All right. You mentioned that you had a car and a motorbike, right? Is it necessary, do you think, living here to have things like that?
No, you can live a pretty good life without them.
Right.
But most people will at least have a bike.
Right.
But I seldom use my bike.
Right.
Because the roads are too dangerous, in my opinion.
Right.
And I've ridden motorbikes my whole life. Mm-hmm. Big bikes, not these little scooters.
Sure.
I find them they're quite wobbly little things.
Right,
I prefer a big 1,000cc bike.
Sure.
But that's totally impractical here.
Right.
You can't have it's too hot, too humid. And when you're sitting on a motorbike, you're sat above the engine.
Right.
There's a lot of heat coming out, and it's way too hot anyway. So the scooters make sense. Engine behind the back wheel or underneath the seat. They're much cooler. But I think you need a car. I wouldn't want to live here without a car.
Makes it convenient.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just, I do a lot of shopping, supermarkets, and I do a lot of cooking at home.
Sure.
And so I go to the shops, and I might come out with 4 or 5 shopping bags. Well, trying to get them home, you'd have to do little shopping all the time on a bike.
Or you order a Bolt or something like that.
You can live on a cab.
Right.
Just order a cab.
Sure.
And like I say, just do less shopping, 1 shopping bag.
Right.
But no, I'd like a car, and I like to...
Oh, I do too.
I go up to me and my girlfriend, we go up to Sao Kao a lot.
Okay.
Which is where her parents and brothers and sisters are. And I go and visit them a couple of times a year.
Right.
But it's not a 4 or 5 hour drive. It's nice.
Yeah.
That's my plan for this next year, to do more travelling domestically.
Right.
What's always put me off, to be honest, is it's so good here, I know wherever I
tough to
go,
leave.
it's got a lot to live up to.
Right, right.
So I want to travel halfway across the country to go, everyone comes here for
Right.
their holidays.
Sure.
A lot of Thais come here every day. They come here for their holidays.
Yeah.
So it takes a while for me to get that into my head that I don't. I need to go somewhere else and have a look somewhere else. But
Sure.
I've been.
You speak Thai by chance?
Nah, I speak. I've learnt phrases,
Right.
and I can say hello and how are you and
Right. So you're pretty the basic.
real basic. And I tried to learn it. I haven't tried properly. I haven't gone
Right.
to school. I could enroll in school and learn.
Right.
But I find it's. I've learnt to go into a shop and order things in Thai,
Sure. Oh, that's
but
good.
they will not respond to me in Thai.
Right.
Their brain's already switched to English.
Sure.
As soon as I walk in the door, they know I'm going to speak English.
Sure.
So I'll ask for it in Thai, and they'll repeat it back to me in English, and I'll say yes. And then the next thing I know, they're talking more English.
Right.
And in the end, I gave up. I thought, there's no point. If I lived outside of Pattaya, but everyone speaks English here,
Sure.
even basic English.
Yeah.
If I went when I go to visit my girlfriend's brothers and sisters,
Right.
they don't speak English, and but
Extended family.
they just talk to me in Thai.
Sure.
And when I say I don't understand, they just talk slower in Thai. Still don't understand.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. No, I find it quite difficult.
Right. How long have you lived here?
I came here 2015,
Okay.
beginning January 2015, so 9 years coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. All right. So, do you miss the UK? England?
Not much.
No.
No.
Do you? How about family? You have family back home or
Yeah.
anything? Or
I've got 3 children, and
oh wow.
I've got 3 grandchildren.
Right.
I miss them, and I miss my father. Sadly, is no longer with us, but my mum, I speak to her every week,
Okay.
pretty
Sure.
much,
Sure.
and I'm planning to go back, really just to see my mum and
Right.
see my kids. So I might go back in the next 6 months or so.
Yeah. How do you communicate? How do you use just regular phone, or are you using like
Well,
Messenger or something like
No,
that?
she hasn't got internet.
Okay.
She's just got a regular phone
Right. Right.
plugged in the wall.
Okay. Yeah.
So I phone her on that, but I use Skype to
Oh,
phone
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
But when I phone my children, I use WhatsApp or Messenger.
Right. Sure.
And here, Line's very popular.
Right. Right.
But no, I phone her once, twice a week,
Yeah.
just for a little chat and see how she is.
Have they ever came over here, or you think
daughter-
they'll ever come?
My daughter's been here, yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah, she's got the travel bug a bit like me. So when I was in the Philippines, she came and joined me there, and we went to one of the islands and hung out for a couple of weeks together.
Oh yeah.
And she's been here. But I wasn't in this condo next door. I was
Right.
virtually next to Leo's.
Oh
In
okay.
Laguna.
Right. Right.
So I lived there for nearly 2 years.
How'd you like that?
Laguna, it was okay.
Yeah.
But I've got a better place now.
Right.
It's cheaper and bigger.
Sure. Initially, when you moved here, did you encounter any hurdles making the transition from London to Pattaya?
The only obvious hurdle is all the paperwork. They're obsessed with it. And everything has to be, when I went to get my driving license,
Right.
the process, I did it on my own.
Sure.
And the process was pretty easy,
Sure.
except for all the paperwork.
Okay.
And you have to go from here to there and A to B and back again. You've
Right.
got to go to immigration to get this letter
Letter.
proving that you live where you say you live.
Yeah, certificate of residency. Everything requires that.
And then you've got to go, you can touch on, because when I first came here, I started buying these big bottles. I bought the machine
Right.
within a few months of being here, and they charge 50 baht.
Sure.
9 years on, they charge 50 baht.
Right.
And the baht bus, the Song Cow, when I got here, it's 10 baht. 9 years later, it's still 10
Still
baht.
10 baht.
Yeah, inflation, it's like, doesn't seem to affect this place.
Right.
I know things.
Dog or cat?
Oh, dog.
Dog. All right. Yeah. So, yeah.
Dog and cat, it's a good one because
Yeah.
men, it's got to be a dog, isn't it? Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Right.
And what do we get?
And we get the dogs.
We get a dog. Man's best friend is a dog.
There you go. There you go, yeah. It's amazing. People living here in Thailand, do you think people need to have medical insurance if they plan on coming here and staying?
Definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
And sadly, I know an awful lot of people that are here and don't have it.
Right.
They wing it if you like, they risk, I'll be okay, it won't happen to me.
Right.
But when it does, whatever, and there's only a small amount, whatever they've saved by not having it, it's all gone that first time they need it.
Sure.
You know, I know a fella here that just fell over. I've done that a few times with a few too many beers. He fell over, dislocated his shoulder. It's no big deal. It still cost him over 100,000 baht for them to pop it back into place.
Right.
You know? So, what little he saved over the years of not having it. And I've got medical insurance with a company that's based in Bangkok.
Okay.
So I pay it from the UK out of my bank account.
Sure.
Pay it monthly. And it's cheap.
There you go. There you go.
56, something like £56 a month I pay.
Right.
It doesn't go up each year. And if I do claim, and it's quite good cover, and if I do claim, they will probably put the premium up, but no more than 3%, which is nothing.
Yeah, very good.
How can you not have insurance when it's that cheap? And it's only there for emergency. I would never use it for anything minor.
Right.
It's an emergency.
Sure. How about medical care here in Thailand? What do you think of that?
They do have good medical care if you have the money or the insurance to pay for it.
Right.
Obviously, I come from a system where it's free.
Sure. People are worried about how they're going to transfer money from their home country here. Mm-hmm. Do you have any advice on that?
Well, I use Wise.
Wise, yeah.
Which I think a lot of people do now.
Right. Yeah, and I don't want to, I'm not trying to advertise anything, but you definitely want to check my description below, and there's a link there, and if you use the link, you'll get a free transfer on your first transfer with it. But anyway,
Wise is I found it very good.
Right.
It's competitive.
Right.
And it's quick, normally.
It's a UK company, right?
I think they're based in London.
Okay.
In Shoreditch, I think I've seen the address, but whether it is a UK company, I don't know.
Okay.
I think they're based there.
Based there. I don't normally recommend people using ATM. I mean, a lot of people, that's what they use. And some people recommend it because they have like foreign transaction fees free, or they have benefits with certain cards that they use, you know.
But all my transactions here are on my Thai bank.
Right.
And that's free.
Yeah.
Well, I've had it's free in Chonburi, where we live. If I use my card, my Kasakon bank card in Sao Kaya or in Bangkok or somewhere, then there's a small admin
like a
fee.
10 baht fee or something.
Yeah, it's not much. But if I use it in Chonburi, it's free.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to me to use my UK cards.
Sure.
And they probably wouldn't go through anyway, because I've got to tell them every 3 months I'm living here.
Yeah.
But you've got to have something to do here, especially in the evenings.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just becomes a bar, and you very quickly I see people end up in a bar.
So you don't go out every night then?
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
What do you think's average? Is it good? You go out once a week, twice a week?
I go out most days.
Right.
But some days I don't even bother going out at all.
Right.
But most days I go out. But the evenings, probably once a fortnight, I generally go out.
Okay. Yeah.
If I don't want to go out drinking all the time. It's not a good lifestyle.
Right. I agree. When I first came here, I was in holiday mode.
Yes.
But now I live here.
Yeah, you've got to get out of holiday mode and get into I live here mode.
Right.
And that depends on the person. It can take a couple of years.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And when I get a little bit depressed, for no particular reason, I just remind myself that I'm on holiday.
Right.
Even though I'm out of holiday mode, I look around it and think, yeah, I'm kind of on holiday still.
You know, if for whatever reason, if I don't feel like my normal, jolly, happy type guy, all I have to do is look out my window,
Yeah,
and my attitude changes like that.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. That's what I mean.
so
Especially, and it came a lot during the COVID period.
Sure.
Because I was stuck here. The bars were shut, the restaurants were shut,
right,
everything was shut apart from supermarkets and chemists or pharmacists.
sure.
And then I'd look out the window and think, actually, it's not a bad place to be stuck in, is it?
Right.
I could be stuck in a lot worse places here. And luckily, my girlfriend's she's Thai and doesn't understand bars at all.
Yeah.
Doesn't drink alcohol, and she, well, if I said let's go to the bar, oh no, I'm not going to the bar. Doesn't understand.
Sure.
Doesn't get the culture.
Okay. Yeah. How long you been with her?
Yeah, it's 7 years.
Oh yeah, long term relationship. Yeah, that's fantastic.
We're quite good for each other. We look after each other and,
Right.
and look out for each other.
Yeah.
And so,
That's the way to be. No. Volkswagen or Toyota?
I think now I've owned a Volkswagen. I've owned a Golf,
A what?
a Volkswagen Golf.
Golf. Okay.
Yeah, I did actually. old age creeping in. Yeah, I had a brand new Golf,
Right.
but it wasn't the GTI. It was a GL or something, and I had a brand new Polo, Volkswagen Polo.
Okay.
So I'd probably be Volkswagen then, that being the case, because I've never owned a Toyota,
Okay.
never owned a Japanese car. Mine mainly MGs, Jaguars,
Okay.
Volvo, quite a few Citroens, a few Peugeots, Alfa Romeo. I'm a bit weird in I don't want what everyone else has got.
Sure.
So if everyone bought a Golf, I'll be looking, is there something else? I don't want a Golf.
Right.
And I'm the same here with the scooters. Everyone's got a scooter, so I bought a motorbike. Girlfriend's got a scooter, so I can ride her scooter if I want, but I don't want what everyone else has got.
Sure.
I want something different. So here,
Are you here on a retirement visa?
kind of, yeah, I think same as most people. It's not a retirement visa, is it? It's an extension or of 12 months to remain.
Okay.
So no, as far as I'm aware, I'm considered a tourist by the Thai immigration. But they allow me, because I'm over 50, they allow me to stay for 12 months. And at the end of that, they allow me to renew it for another 12 months. And it's...
So is it like an O or OA visa?
Yeah, but most people call it a retirement visa.
Right.
But it's not a retirement visa. It's a permission to stay for a further 12 months.
Okay.
I know I'm being technical.
Right.
But it also means we're never residents here. I'm not a resident of Thailand.
Right.
Even though I've been here 9 years, I'm not considered, in their law,
Right.
a resident. They're just allowing me to stay annually.
Right. Yeah. We're guests. We're guests here.
Yeah.
So
So we have no rights, entitlements to voting or anything. Not
Right.
that
sure.
I'm bothered about that, but
Right.
we're never, ever considered a resident unless you change your citizenship to Thai, which I don't see the point.
There wouldn't be a point.
No.
Right. Yeah. You give up a
'Cause
lot.
Our passports allow us a lot of travel.
That's right. Right.
Theirs is more restricted.
Exactly. Yeah. That's. Do you use an agent or anything to take care of your
Yeah.
visa?
Yeah.
Is that what you would recommend, or have you ever
I
done
would.
it yourself?
No, I've never done it myself. I know what to do, but I know, or I don't know. I believe that the immigration would rather you use an agent.
100%.
For there's
I agree.
various reasons why they prefer you to use an
Right.
agent, and so if they wanted to, and I have seen it, that can be quite awkward if you do it yourself.
Right.
If you know exactly what you're doing and you've done it many times, then fine. You know what you're doing. But no, I use an agent. I would always recommend using an agent. And
Sure.
I use Cambodia Visa.
Okay.
Well,
Right.
can
Yeah, a
be
lot of
travel.
people here use them. Right.
Yeah, nice, easy. And certainly when you first come here, if you decide to come and live here,
Right.
use an agent. That's
Yeah.
my advice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And one reason is they will get you a bank account.
That's another good point.
And opening a bank account here can be tricky.
Right.
Not saying it can't be done, because it can.
Sure.
But with an agent, it's done for you. You sign all the
Easy.
paperwork, you pay
Yeah.
your little fee or whatever, and you've got a bank account.
Sure. As to the climate when you arrived here.
I probably haven't.
No, no.
Probably not. It's the high season is great because it cools down
Cooler,
in the
yeah.
evenings, and it's sometimes you don't need aircon in the day. But the low season, the summer here, I find it quite brutal. It's
Sure.
so hot. So
Pretty warm.
probably haven't acclimatized. I know I don't perspire as much as I did when I first got here.
Sure.
So in
Yeah,
many ways,
same here.
my body's got used to it,
Right.
but it's still too hot.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for preparing to move here?
Well, obviously that depends on whether they're giving up their residency where they are,
Right.
or just renting it out and coming over here part time.
Sure.
I wouldn't blindly come here without trying it out first. So any advice really would be come and live here for 6 months or something,
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Sure.
and see if you like it.
Right.
And if you do like it, then consider buying or consider moving, renting somewhere.
Right. And that's another good point. You know, accommodations wise, you know, you have a choice between potentially a house or a villa. You could rent a condo or apartment type place. Some people even stay in hotels, live their entire life in hotels. And then there's people that live on what we call the dark side in East Pattaya. And there's people that live in town, like Third Road, Second Road area. But we choose to live on the beach, you know?
Yeah, a little bit more money to rent if you're on the beach,
Right.
but still very affordable.
Very affordable, right?
Yeah,
Okay, 300 pounds. Could somebody rent a place here on the beach?
yeah, easy.
Yeah.
£300 a month. So what? That's why I personally think, why buy here
Right.
when you can rent for that? And if I decide, you know what, I don't want to live here anymore, I want to go down quieter life, go down to Rayon and rent a place.
That's
on
a
the
valid
beach there.
point. Yeah.
I can just get some removal company around and gone.
Right. Beer or wine?
Oh, beer.
All right.
I can't remember last time I had a wine.
Yeah. Living here, I mean, you've been here for quite a while. Do you find it easy to make friends here? You know?
Yeah, no problem at all.
Okay, yeah. You live in this international type of people from all over the world, and I think everybody most people are social animals, and everybody's pretty friendly. How about companionship? If somebody's coming here, obviously Patty is known for companionship. Is that an easy do too? Or is it complicated?
There's complications. Yes.
Okay. Any advice?
I would. Well, yes, really.
Okay.
The only advice I'd give is, if you came here, it's very easy to get a girlfriend,
Sure.
but it's very difficult to get rid of her.
Do you eat in, or do you go out? Do you cook?
I cook quite a lot.
Yeah.
I've always cooked Indian food and Chinese food,
Sure.
but I cook a lot more Thai food now.
Right.
Because I'm
Right.
trying different Thai dishes, and as I order something in the restaurant, I think, well, I can make that.
Sure. Okay.
And recently I've been making a lot of ice cream.
Really?
And I just with a mixer. I don't have an ice cream making machine
Okay.
or anything.
Yeah, that's what I would assume.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got to do some weird ones, because pistachio ice cream and peanut butter ice cream,
Right.
peanut. But I'm going to try like chocolate and chili ice cream and some crazy ones.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
you can make.
With that being said, you can eat Thai food.
I love Thai food. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I probably 90% of the time I'm eating Thai food.
Oh, and that works good budget wise as well, right?
Well, yeah. We went yesterday to Piri Piri,
Yeah.
which is like Nando's. We have Nando's in America, but in the UK, it's Portuguese chicken. And that was about 800 baht, 700 baht for the two of us. But normally, the missus doesn't want to go to places like that.
Sure.
She wants to go more local and cheaper.
Sure.
So 60 baht,
Isn't that
80 baht
crazy?
or something. Yeah, but that's where she's at home. And luckily, I like that kind of food anyway.
Yeah, I see that all the time. Go down here, right almost next door to us here. You can get a nice dish, a pad thai, and it's like 45 baht.
Yeah.
But if you get shrimp in it, maybe it's 60 baht. So that's $2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like spicy. I always have, and it took a little while to adjust to Thai spice because I was used to Indian spicy.
Sure.
Cheap.
Do you recommend any restaurants around here? Do you have any favorites or anything like that?
I go to Robin Hood Tavern quite a bit.
Sure.
Not as much as I used to, but they do a Sunday roast.
Right. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, I like Kiss, actually.
Kiss, yeah. Pretty famous. So Kiss Foods is it's kind of a staple in Pattaya, right? They have several different ones around town. They had one locally, but that closed.
Yeah.
And you can go in there and you can get a hamburger for like 50 baht, I think.
Yeah.
Or a thing of spaghetti bolognese for very cheap.
Yeah, I've never had a bad meal in Kiss, put it that way.
Right.
So, and it's never expensive.
Yeah, and then all the Thai food too, of course.
And we use food courts quite a lot.
I do too.
It's a Thai food court.
I think Terminal 21's Pier 21 is my favorite.
That's quite a good one.
Yeah.
I use the one in North Road.
Yeah.
The Tesco.
Right.
Well, not Tesco anymore, Lotus.
Right.
That's quite a good one. And even the one in Klang has now grown and is pretty big, the big seared Klang.
Very good.
So we use food courts quite a lot. And it's authentic food.
Right. I like them too. Yeah.
And cheap.
Yeah.
60 baht, average.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Marmite or butter?
Both.
Both.
I love Marmite. I'm a typical Englishman who loves Marmite. My cupboard has always got Marmite in it.
All right. You have it now?
Yeah, I've got Marmite in my cupboard right now, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I have it on crumpet.
Okay. Do you use Marmite and butter at the same time?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I'll butter the crumpet or toast.
Right.
And then Marmite and lots of it.
Yeah. What does your typical day look like?
Typical day, I suppose it's just, I go shopping.
No. What time do you wake up normally?
Normally by 8 o'clock I'm up.
So you're up pretty early.
Or earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I wake up at 7 o'clock, for example, I'll get up.
Okay.
The days of me trying to get back to sleep, I know it's not going to work, so I just, 7 o'clock I'll get up.
Sure.
Go and have a coffee. No, I go to the supermarkets a lot.
Okay.
And like I say, I do a lot of cooking at home, so I'm always buying little bits and bobs in the supermarket to cook at home. So, and then watch a bit of telly.
Yeah.
And maybe go out to a bar, but that's once a fortnight. Maybe once a week. If there's people.
Do you like to go to anything like music venues or other places?
Not really. No.
Okay.
No, I'm not a big one for crowds.
Okay.
If it's too crowded, I'll give it a miss.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
No, I prefer. I did what most people do, and that's go to Central and try John T.M. and go to all the busy places.
Right.
I never liked Walking Street from the first time I ever walked down it. I just named it Awful Street in my head. The Soy Bacal's okay, and Soy okay, and around there. But I prefer actually now just to stay local.
Okay.
So find a local bar up here that's there isn't someone every 5 minutes trying to sell me something,
Sure.
and there isn't girls every 5 minutes asking me to buy them a drink. And
Yeah.
just go to a bar where there's a few blokes and we can talk rubbish,
Right.
have a few beers, and go home.
Good point. Good point. Yeah. Yeah. That's like Leo's.
Yeah, Leo's
You know?
is a perfect example of
You
it.
know. Right. Just a little corner bar.
Those little bars are dotted about everywhere,
Right.
where you can go in there, and if there's nobody in there at all, just Leo,
Right.
you don't
That's
mind.
okay.
It's okay. You sit there and talk
Yeah.
to Leo, and then somebody else will wander in. And
If there was anything that you could change about Pattaya and it was in your power, is there anything that you would change here?
the roads,
The roads?
the first thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, fix the roads. I don't think there's been really any investment in the roads here for
Right.
many years now.
Sure.
Certainly, we touched on it earlier that Beach Road, they're tarmacking it now, or
Right.
putting asphalt down.
Yeah.
Good. Let's hope it stays there and doesn't all wash away. There's no real fear of crime here,
Right.
especially if you do what we've done, that's live in a condo.
Right.
24-hour security, CCTV.
Right. Yeah.
The chances of this place being broken into is virtually nil.
Yeah. Very slim. Very slim.
But if you lived in a house, it might be a different story.
Yeah. Yeah. Ian was talking about he lived more in the city in a house, and within 6 months he was broken into twice.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. What is the hardest thing to deal with living here in Thailand?
The pointless paperwork. In my opinion, it's pointless.
You know,
But it's not difficult. It's just, why are you making me fill these forms in?
it's it's the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I ask that question too. I expect that answer.
Yeah. Well, everything else that like I said, they've got it pretty much right.
Right.
Letter
of residency.
Yeah, I mean, that's
What is one of the best decisions you ever made in your life?
probably doing the job I did, to be fair, which allowed me to retire nearly 10 years ago.
All right. Yeah.
It was probably one of the best I've made.
Law enforcement or
Yeah,
okay.
because it was easy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody found it easy, but I found it a piece of cake.
Right. Right. Were you detective or what were you? I can't remember what you told.
No, I did various things. I know I was a constable, not
a constable.
a uniform constable, but I did a lot of plain clothes work as well.
Okay. Yeah.
It was just fun.
Right.
You know, as long as you join for the right reasons, and I didn't join for a power trip. I didn't join to be bossy over. I'm not interested in all that sort of stuff.
Right. Right. Meat or tofu?
Oh, meat.
Okay. Yeah. What is tofu?
Nobody knows.
Where does it grow? I had a bowl of soup the other day that had tofu in it, and I was playing with it. It's kind of like Jell-O, you know.
Yeah.
So, what other countries have you visited?
Oh, loads.
Loads. How many? Any idea?
I don't know. 50?
Wow.
I don't know.
Well traveled. Well, you just got back from a trip. What?
But
4 or 5 countries?
I've been to the States, I don't know, 15 plus times.
Very good. What's your favorite state?
Probably like Florida. quite a lot.
Florida. Yeah.
I like Vegas.
Sure.
I like San Francisco.
Yeah.
California.
Right.
I've been to LA, and I've been Washington, and
Right.
New York, New Jersey. I've been loads of places in
Wow.
America.
You ever been to Yellowstone National Park?
No, not been there.
Okay.
There's so many more places I want to go.
Yeah.
I've never been to South America. The nearest I've got is I've been to Mexico a couple of times.
Right.
But I've been all around Europe,
Sure.
all the European countries.
Right.
I've been to Cayman Islands, Haiti.
Well, you were really
Jamaica.
well traveled. What makes you happy? Right.
And spending all day watching various forms of racing, that makes me happy.
Yeah.
So I've been to NASCAR, I've been to Daytona, watched Watched Dale Earnhardt.
Wow.
Sadly, he's not with us anymore. But
Sure.
and I've been to quite a few Formula One events and things, and motorbike events mainly.
Right. Sure. What's next in your life?
Well, more domestic travel and save some more money up for the next cruise somewhere.
All right. All right.
But I want to do a European one, and I've done quite a few European ones, but my girlfriend hasn't.
Sure.
So that requires a Shenzhen visa for her.
Right.
Or an Australian one, because I've not been to Australia yet.
Yeah. Like lobster or crayfish?
Probably crayfish,
Crayfish.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of those two.
So, I hadn't mentioned this before, but I am trying to build this channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. There's a thumbs up or a like. If you like it, hit that like button. And if you want to be notified of future events, there's a little bell over there too. You can click that and hit all. It'll send you all the next videos that are coming out. And be prepared, because I have several interviews coming up in the future, as well as other street videos and other videos and content videos in general coming out. So hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Yeah. Why don't you hear it? All right. And yeah. Andy, thank you. I appreciate you coming over and putting up with me, and yeah, like I say, you're your time here, your information's invaluable to people who are thinking about coming here for sure.
Well, possibly, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do thank you. All right. And other than that, I hope to see you next time. And yeah. Okay.